Hello, and welcome to your favorite bookish podcast, Fully Booked and Caffeinated. I'm Kelsey,
And I'm Heather.
and today we have our monthly bonus episode, Bookish Banter, where we discuss the other books we've been reading this past month and whether we recommend them, and also our other favorite pop culture obsessions. This is June's recap, aka Heather's birthday month.
Whoop whoop.
So we're recording this early because we've got lots of fun things planned to celebrate.
We do. We got a nice couple days planned. I have festivities. It's gonna be nice.
It's much needed, much
Mhm.
deserved.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about what we're drinking. What are you drinking?
Well, right now I'm hydrating with water, but when I opened up my Dunkin' app today, they have all their new summer drinks out. Did you see what it is now?
No.
They have a s'mores cold brew. It's a
Oh,
marshmallow cold foam.
marshmallow cold foam.
Mhm.
Okay, so did you
It
get
was
that
good.
today?
Yeah, it was good. I don't know that I love the s'mores flavoring, but I liked the cold foam a lot. So I think I'll just
Okay,
get it
so
with
you
that
could get
cold
like
foam.
regular,
Yeah.
yeah, with that cold foam.
And then Eric was excited because their snacking bacon is hot honey.
I saw the hot honey
Mm,
stuff.
yeah. So I was like, oh, just up your alley.
Like, guess we're going to Dunkin' today.
Oh, I go every day. But
True.
yeah, so I got this s'mores cold brew. It was pretty good. It wasn't bad.
Okay.
They have like a also like a bonfire s'mores frozen coffee, which looked fun. I don't like frozen coffees, but with like
hmm
this heat wave that's on and off, it
Oh my
can
God,
be
I know.
quite refreshing.
We've been getting ice cream like every night. I'm
Oh my
like, we have to
god.
stop.
I mean, I've just been
This is
having
out
ice
of
cream every
control.
day because of getting my wisdom teeth out. I'm just all I can eat is ice cream.
It's the perfect week for it,
It is,
honestly.
really.
Oh my gosh. All right, well, I went to Gregory's Coffee. Have you heard of this?
No.
So they just opened one at Quaker Ridge Mall, but apparently they have a bunch in other malls. But this was
Mhm.
my first time having it. And they have this drink. It's, I got it iced. It's espresso, vanilla, cinnamon, maple syrup, and oat milk. And it's called the Fall Oat Boy.
Oh my god.
It's
It
delicious.
sounds
And
delicious.
so Eric and I went, and he's, oh, you have to get the fall oat boy. And I was like, I mean, duh, that's what I was going to get anyway. And so we get up to the counter, and the guy looks at Eric, and he's like, oh, I already know what you're getting. And I was like, how often do you come here?
That's my favorite when the barista knows who you are.
Yeah. I'm like, I make coffee for us in the morning, so how often are you coming here? But anyway, it was really good, so I get it. So he's
Nice.
probably getting it as like a little afternoon snack.
Nice. All right. All right.
Yeah, so I'm
Sounds
gonna have
good.
to go back there and get that again.
Take me with you.
Definitely. All right. So, do you want to tell us about the other books you read this month? I
Yeah,
feel like this month is like so, like the beginning of this month is so long ago,
I
but
feel
it
that.
also zoomed past.
I
I don't know.
actually
I'm having one of those weird,
I really feel that.
it's one of those weird like time warp
It
months,
really,
right?
really is. And I think because also two of the books I read this month were specifically for the pod and they were both super long books. So I feel
Yeah,
like I was
that's
like, I
true.
feel like I read a lot in pages,
hmm
just not in the amount of books.
Yeah, that's true.
Because even the other book I read for my mom book club was like 400 pages. I just couldn't
Oh,
catch a
wow.
break. It's just been back to back. But I read 4 books. I finally finished my Dark Vanessa, which was Chef's Kiss. So, so good. We talked about it on the last episode, but it was literally such a well written book about such a hard topic. And
Yeah.
I honestly recommend it to like anybody. It's a tough. I listened to it, and you did too, but like it's tough to get through, but it's good.
I also can't get over how good the audiobook
Me
is.
too.
Someone who's like iffy on audiobooks, I don't know if the experience would have been the same if I had read the physical
Yeah,
copy.
I agree with you. And then I read Darling Girls by Sally Hepworth for our book club, which was also not bad. That was my first. I know you've read a couple of hers, but that was my first Sally Hepworth book, and I definitely will read more of her stuff.
Yeah, this one wasn't my favorite, but I did like it.
Hmm. Yeah. I listened to Emily Henry's new book, Funny Story, and
Oh yeah, I saw that.
that was really good. I really really liked it.
Okay.
It's only the second one I've read by her so far. I have all her other books, but this one was a cute little rom-com. It was a fun one because it's the main character, her ex-fiance starts dating his best friend, who is the ex of the roommate she goes to live with that she ends up with. So it's like a
Oh
square,
wow. Okay.
but it's good. It's like a fake dating trope, and then obviously they end up falling in love because of course.
Of course. Yeah.
But it was good. I really liked it. And then I read for my mom book club 28 Summers by Ellen Hilderbrand, which do you remember we read her for the one forever ago? This one
Yeah,
was
which we really
okay.
liked.
This one was it was mainly about cheating. Like cheating was the whole crux of the book, and
Okay.
I feel like that's a weird thing to base your book around. It's like the whole basis of the book is there was this movie that came out years ago called like Same Time Next Year, and it's like this couple, they meet up every year whether they're married or not, whether whatever they're doing in their life, they'll meet up every year at the same time. So like for them this is Labor Day weekend, and the first year they're single, but then the next year and the years after that the main guy is like with his girlfriend of like 13 years. They like broke up for a minute when he went to the first weekend, but he comes to Nantucket every Labor Day weekend, and they just recreate the weekend, but like he's married, and then she's also
Oh,
yeah. I think she's always single when he comes, but the guy is married.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it's the whole basis of the book is like, and there's multiple people cheating, and she did this in the other series we read too. If you remember, the main character's husband that died had a whole other family.
Oh
So this just
yeah.
must be her thing. Like I don't know, I haven't read her other books, but this must be something she likes to write about for whatever reason.
It's like the perfect housewives beach
Yeah.
read, like guilty pleasure.
I think that's like her whole thing, but I actually saw that she's retiring from writing.
Oh really? She has
Yeah.
so many
Yeah,
books.
she's done. She wants to stop because she just wants to like focus, I think, on just living her life now. Which she's like written
Well,
out
I think she
so
should
many books.
take, yeah,
Yeah.
she should take some time off anyway, because she's cranking them out.
Yeah. So I had saw an article that she's no longer going to be writing any more books. She might change her mind, but from what I saw,
Yeah.
she's like, no, I'm done. So good on her.
Wow. Yeah, I think I have like two of hers that I
I have
haven't
two
read.
still. Yeah. So, but I know like our friend likes to read them on the beach. They're like her favorite.
Hmm.
She likes her. She's like a good beach read. So I can see like why it's like you said, it is like a good housewife story. People that maybe
Yeah,
don't like their marriages, so they escape into what could be.
exactly. Yeah, that's the vibe I get from her.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my books that I read this month that weren't,
Okay.
obviously I'm still on a couple other ones I just haven't finished, but those are the ones that I completed.
Okay. So a pretty good month. All right. So I read quite a few, but
Shocker.
that's because I'm in the middle of one of the super long ones that we have to read. Started that one a little late. Okay, so I read Little Eve by Catriona Ward. I accidentally found myself on a cult kick because I read a couple cult books last month too, and I love this for me. This is like a gothic mystery about a cult that's preparing for the end of the world,
Mm.
but the writing is just super descriptive and imaginative.
Mm.
They're on this island that's very secluded and it just adds to the whole cult feel. I really liked it. The writing really pulled me in. And then I read My Darling Dreadful Thing by Joanna Van Veen, which we had talked
I was
about
gonna say,
on
didn't we talk about
a
that one
pretty, yeah, a
last month?
pretty
I
recent
think you said you
episode.
liked it, or it was a new release that was coming out.
Yeah. And
You
I
like the
picked it
cover.
solely based on the
Yeah.
cover. Yeah. So, I mean, the cover was exactly what the book was. So it had a lot of great elements. It had like this creepy estate, there's folklore, there's seances, there was even a little queer love story,
Mm.
but the pacing was kind of slow. And then the ending was very rushed.
Mm.
So I liked parts of it, but then at the end I was just like, oh, okay.
The
Like I
build up
wasn't
was
super
better.
excited about it. Yeah. And then I read No One Can Know by Kate Alice Marshall. I was super excited to read this because of What Lies in the Woods, but this just didn't hit the same. It was a decent thriller, and I feel like it had all the things that a thriller needs, like
Yeah.
the twisty ending and all this stuff, but the middle just kind of dragged, and it just
Mm-hmm.
didn't live up to my hype of this author, which I kind of knew that it wouldn't because I loved What Lies in the Woods so much.
Yeah.
But, I had to give it a chance. And then I read The Book of Essie by Megan McLean Weir. This was a surprising one. It's a past book of the month pick, so that's why I picked it up at the thrift store, but I don't think it's anything that I would have picked up if it wasn't, because it's
Mm-hmm.
just so random. But it's basically about this reality TV family, think like Duggars, and they're super religious. And then it has all the messiness and secrets that come with that, like behind the scenes of the reality TV show. So, religion, reality TV, this book is made for me, literally. It's definitely YA. So
Okay.
that might stop people from liking it, but I really enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was good. And then I read Nestlings by Nat Cassidy. I love Nat Cassidy's writing, and it sucks because this is not my favorite subgenre of horror. It has like vampires and sci-fi
Mm-hmm.
and like creatures and stuff. So that kept me from loving it, but the ending was really unexpected. It's got this really good message about grief and just, it was just really well done. And I think it will be really good for people who enjoy that kind of horror because I still liked it, even though I wasn't really into the overall story. You know what I mean?
That just goes to show how much writing affects a novel.
It really
Really, really
does.
does.
It really does.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I read Horror Movie by Paul Tremblay, which just came out this past month. This is one of those books that is written with that ominous, unsettling feeling throughout the whole book.
Mm-hmm.
So it was giving, I'm thinking of ending things, but actual scary stuff was also happening. It wasn't what I expected at all because I was expecting just like cursed film genre, but it kind of smashes a bunch of different horror genres. I just, I was surprised how much I liked it. It was very creepy. It was very unexpected. I was like on the edge of my seat the whole time reading it. So
Love
that's a
that.
good
That's
sign.
good. Yeah, that is good.
And then I listened to Paint It Black by Janet Fitch. This is such an emo read. It's angsty and gritty, and it's all about suicide
Mm-hmm.
and the people who are left behind who have to grieve and accept it. And it's just told from the point of view of this young woman who's, trying to understand, but it's all through this like sunken and drugged up
Mm-hmm.
haze. And Janet Fitch just does such a good job. Like the way she captures the complicated personalities, the way she tells a story, even through someone who is on drugs for the entire book. You know what I mean? It's so, it just makes me feel like an angsty teenager all over again. God
What a
help us
time that
all.
was.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, this reminds me of my youth. I should stop reading this. Anyway, and then my favorite was actually my book of the month pick for June. I read it in the same month. Go me. But
Nice.
it was Margot's Got Money Troubles by Rufy Thorpe. I loved this book. It was chaotic and all over the place and a hot mess, but it was really funny. It was really entertaining. There's so many quirky characters. Like her dad is used to be a pro WWE wrestler, and there's just so many fun characters. Her roommate does like LARPing and cosplay and stuff.
Wow.
It's awesome. And
Yeah.
it has this social commentary about sex work that's really, really important, but it's just written in such a witty way that you're not angry at the end of it, even though there's annoying, angry things happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that one was really good and I loved it and I'm happy I read it.
That's good. Ironically, my favorite read was, again, our next month's choice, which was The Women by Kristen
Yeah,
Hanna. That was my
I
favorite read.
figured.
Yeah.
That book is fucked up. Anyway, um, so any upcoming releases that you are looking forward to?
I tried to look and I didn't see any in my quick review. I don't know if you noticed any.
The only thing I saw is that Lisa Jewell has a new book coming out, and I was like, oh my
I
God,
saw
Lisa Jewell.
that. Yeah.
But it's a Jessica Jones Marvel crime novel.
Yeah, it's not like a normal. I saw that. It was kind of like superhero or whatever it was,
Yeah, isn't that the
right?
most random thing? They were
It
just like,
is.
hey, Lisa Jewell, should you join the Marvel universe? So I don't know.
hmm
I'll probably read that eventually because I do like Lisa
hmm
Jewell, but I was just like, interesting. But yeah, nothing
hmm
else really coming out.
Yeah, I didn't see anything that I noticed.
All right, so I guess we can move into our TV, movies, podcasts. What have you been watching this past month?
Basically switching back and forth between Love Island UK and Love Island USA. It's taken over my life.
As
I
it
watch both.
does.
I watch both. I sit down on the couch and I watch whatever episode from UK came out, and at 9 o'clock I put on Peacock and I watch USA. Which
I
this season of USA is so good
It
because
is
last season's
so good.
sucked. And we were talking about how they're doing a Love Island pop up this weekend at Bar A, and
Incredible.
Hannah and Marco are going to be there.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah,
Wow. I just can't imagine the types who are
they
going to
were
show up
like
to
the
that.
only I know, but like yeah, last season was pretty terrible. So this one is bringing the drama, and it has from like day two.
It is
So
so good. And I also love that they're introducing all of these new things
mhm.
where they had to all stand up and like volunteer to be picked by one of the bombshells. And then the
Yeah,
dance thing that they just did. These are all
mhm.
new,
Yeah,
just adding
they're
the
trying to keep up.
drama.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to keep up with UK. But UK this season isn't my favorite. This was
Yeah,
kind
I've
of meh.
actually seen online that a lot of people are unhappy with UK this season.
Yeah, it's not really that good. And I know a lot of people are pissed that Joey Essex is on it, which I don't know much about him. So, but yeah, this season isn't that great and Ronnie's kind of super annoying.
Yeah, I
He's
also
just
saw, this is horrible, but so many people online were talking about how like they don't believe that any of the people on UK are as young as they say that they are because they all look like they're in
because
their
of
30s.
I know, but then I saw like some because Eric sent me the TikToks about this too, and they were saying how something to do with Botox in the UK is different than how it is in the USA, that you can get it like as much as you want or something like that. I forget what it
Okay.
was. But it was something to do with Botox, and that's why they all look like that, because there's no limit. Or like,
Oh,
you can
they
start
do
at
all look
whatever age
older.
you want or whatever. They do. Like there's no way. I just don't get it. Like, and I also think that Ariana Madix is doing a really good job hosting
Oh my God, her in
USA.
that lingerie outfit?
I
I was like,
know.
God damn,
She's serving the looks. I
she's
really like it.
killing it. And when she
hmm
was, when they're like making out and she's gasping, when they kept
I know.
cutting to her face,
Uh-huh.
she's a good host because
Because
she
she's a
is
super
one of
fan
us.
too.
Exactly. She
Yeah,
is a
she's a super
fan
fan.
hosting the
Yeah.
show, which is great.
hmm Yeah, it really, really is. So yeah, that's been taking over my life. But I also watched the back half of Bridgerton season 3.
Hmm.
This season wasn't my favorite. It wasn't bad. Like it's still good, but I don't know. I felt like it lacked a lot that the other two seasons had. But I'll still like rewatch it, of course, 100 times.
Hmm.
But it was so. And then MasterChef is back on,
Hmm.
and the theme for this season is generations.
Oh,
So I
cool.
just
Okay.
yeah, so they had all the tryouts. So it's like baby boomers, Gen Z, Gen X, and millennials.
Okay. Oh, that's
Yeah.
fun.
hmm Yeah, so that's basically been it because all I watch is Love Island. That's
Yeah.
literally all I watch. Oh no, Perfect Match.
I was gonna say,
Perfect
did you
Match on
finish
Netflix.
Perfect Match?
Not quite yet. I still have a little bit of finale left, but like I said to you, this season isn't good. Like last season wasn't anything great, but it was more entertaining than this season. This
Yeah,
was just
I
kind of like,
agree.
meh,
I
you
think it was
know.
also the novelty of it last season, though.
Yeah. Do I believe that Harry Jowsey was truly in love with Jess from Is Love Is Blind? No, because he's like a serial I love youer. He just falls for anybody.
He's a love bomber, he's a
He's a
gaslighter,
love
he's
bomber,
horrible.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I've seen this a lot on TikTok, but also I listened to Love to See It. They did recap episodes of
Yeah.
Perfect Match and they just rip the men apart, which is obviously my favorite thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, these men need to stop going to therapy. Like, stop weaponizing therapy speak and not changing. And that's
I know.
exactly what Harry
Honestly.
Jowsey does.
Honestly. Yeah. It's just crazy.
He's just so fucking toxic. But
Mm-hmm.
this season made me love Izzy so much.
Me too.
He's
Yeah.
like, I
It
don't
was
know
like a
what I'm doing
yeah.
here.
I know.
I feel like they need to switch it up a little more. I liked that they had Tolu from
Yes. Okay. I do like.
from the
Yeah. I do like
Trust.
Tolu. Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's like 90% too hot to handle.
Yeah. No, it is. That's what I was thinking that too. I'm like, this is all too hot to handle, people.
These people aren't here to find love. They're here to get as famous as Harry Jowsey. God help us
Oh, I
all.
am almost done with Traders Australia. I think I have
Oh,
2 more episodes left. But yeah, this is
Traders Australia
season
season
2.
2 is
Yeah.
so fucking good.
Yeah.
I
I'm
I can't
surprised.
even pick a
I'm
favorite season.
surprised that it got canceled after this season because this was so good.
I
So I
know.
don't know why they didn't continue on because I feel like this one was decent. And also, I'm super excited about the cast for season 3 of Traders
Oh my
USA. Like
gosh. Yeah.
that's gonna be so good. So good.
Also, I saw online that the host, what's his name?
Alan Cummings.
Alan Cummings, that he basically had a big say with production this season. And he
Nice.
said, we need more queer contestants because
Oh.
last season there's only one queer contestant and
Mhm.
Peppermint got banished
Yep.
first, which everyone is like, oh, so this show's
Mhm.
anti-trans. Like,
Yeah,
so this
exactly.
coming season, there's 4 queer contestants, which is, an improvement for sure.
It is. It
But it's
definitely
cool
is.
that he was like, I made sure, that we need to have that representation because he's obviously queer too.
Yeah,
It's
that's
really cool
amazing.
that they have that. So
Yeah.
I'm super excited for it. Lots of Survivor people. No one from the challenge,
Mhm.
which I'm kind of happy about because I thought last season was a little messy.
That's probably why they didn't have any challenge people.
Yeah. But it looks like it's going to be really good. I know almost
Yeah.
everyone. I think there's like
Yeah, for the most
3 or
part.
4 that I don't know.
Like I think I'm excited to see Chriselle.
I know,
It'll
me
be fun to
too.
see her in a different environment.
Yeah, I think it's going to be so weird.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm excited for that a lot. And Boston Rob, but like he's going to be the first one gone, as usual.
Yeah, I know. Unless he can somehow finagle his way, I
Yeah,
don't know that he won't.
I don't see it happening. But I'm excited to see Jeremy again, Survivor Jeremy.
Yes, me too. Sorry, I was thinking like, how would Rob stay? I'm like, unless he like becomes a traitor, but then they can vote him out. I don't
Yeah,
know.
because that's what happened with Cody on the first season. They were
Well,
like, "Oh,
Cody
you
played
won, so you're
badly.
out."
Yeah, and then Cody like didn't do good at pretend like he like
He's not good
completely
at
fell under the
lying.
pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Dan dug himself in a hole because then he was too quiet. So I could actually see Boston Rob being successful because he could play off like I'm not a traitor. You know what
Yes,
I mean?
but I could see them murdering him early because he's good at reading people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But
Like
if
how
he's a
they
traitor
killed Johnny Bananas
and
right
he
away.
can, yeah, I know. So that's what I'm saying. I think he would have to be a traitor in order to
Yeah.
stay, and I think that he could play it off fairly well that he is not.
Yeah.
He's like a faithful because he could be like you could play the card like oh they're keeping me around because they want you
Because
to
I'm a
think I'm a
scapegoat.
traitor blah
Hmm.
blah blah yeah so we'll see I don't know I'm excited I think they just started filming.
Yeah, I'm super excited. That's gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And they released the cast list for the challenge season 40,
It's
which is
stacked.
basically like eras. So it's like I think
Yeah,
4 different, I don't know if they're going to be teams, but 4 different, is it 4 or 5?
It was 4. Is that what the whole basis was of why they were in different colored shirts as
Yes,
eras?
because I
Okay.
saw
I didn't.
something that said like seasons 1 through blah blah blah, seasons
Oh,
this through
okay.
this. And then obviously there's the much newer ones, which like the Survivor, the Big
Mm-hmm.
Brother, stuff like that. So they did
Yeah.
split it up somehow like that. So I'm really excited for that.
I
Did
still have to finish All
you,
Stars.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, I'm still a couple episodes behind because I got so invested in the Love Island stuff that
hmm
I forgot about it. So I have
yeah, I
to
mean,
get caught up on that.
I like All Stars because it's shorter, so it doesn't drag
Mm-hmm.
on forever. And I thought this was a good season. A lot of people aren't happy with the ending, but I liked it.
I will report back after I watch it.
Yeah, definitely. And then on Netflix, I watched Baby Reindeer,
I
which
still need to
is
watch that.
so
Mm-hmm.
weird. Some of it is so funny and odd, and then there's just some very dark parts
Mm-hmm.
that are unexpected. And I was like, wow. And then obviously I fell down a rabbit hole, just like Googling and
Mm-hmm.
Reddit and all that stuff afterwards because it's
Yeah,
based on a real story and just, oh my God. So it's definitely worth the watch, but it is weird.
I know. It's on my list, my growing list of things.
And the guy who is in it is the guy that
Yep.
it's about,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Yeah,
crazy.
it's crazy. It's so crazy.
And then we started Your Honor,
Oh, I want to. People have been talking about that. Like,
which
I've
is
literally.
weird because it's not new, but they just put a new season on
That's what I think
Netflix.
it is because I remember someone had brought. I literally have heard about it multiple times over the
hmm
past like week or so, and I was like, "Isn't that the Bryan Cranston show that came out a couple of years ago?" So I was like, "Why are people watching it now?" And then I realized that I saw that on my Netflix page it showed like a second season
Yeah, so
came
it's
out.
like a
So I am going to add that
resurgence
to
because it's
my
on there.
watch because I heard it was pretty decent.
Yeah, so I think we have like one episode left of the first season, and then
Mm-hmm.
obviously we have the second season to go, so probably finish that next month. But it's pretty good. It's just so annoying. Like, it's like when you're watching a
Yeah.
scary movie and
Mm-hmm.
someone's like, let's go into the locked room. Like, that's the vibe because everyone is
Mm-hmm.
so stupid and they just keep fucking up. And you're like, really? I don't know. I'm like, Eric, this is another reason that we don't want children because what if they couldn't cover up a murder scene? Anyway, so what else? Anything else you watched?
No, but The Bear season 3 premieres tomorrow, and they're putting like all the episodes out at once. So I'm really
I'm
excited
so
about that.
excited.
Yeah.
I love The Bear. Yeah,
Hmm.
we'll report back on that next month because I know we'll
But
both watch that.
and the only podcast that I listened to that was of any interest was the I listened to the Chase Crawford episode actually today on
How
Caller
was it?
Daddy. Oh my god, it was so funny. He's just such like a it was so fun. I just love Alex Cooper. I
hmm
really love her like so much. She's
Also,
just
the people that she gets on her show. Like I
I
saw she
know.
just had Kate Hudson. I listened to the Lisa Vanderpump episode. It wasn't that good,
Mm,
but she just gets
she does.
everyone.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And then like Chase Crawford was saying how he's like an OG listener of the podcast.
And how he
And
like
so
used
he
to have a
was
crush on her or something, right?
and then they were talking about so she was like, "Oh, so you were around for like the blowjob episodes." And he's like, "Oh yeah." Cuz like I never listened to it when it was like that original podcast cuz that just
When it was like Barstool and
I
stuff.
didn't like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I started listening to it when it was just her solo and she was doing like celebrity interviews and I was like, "Oh, I
hmm
love her. Like she's so great."
Yeah. That's so funny that he's like an OG
Mhm.
listener.
Yeah.
Wow, I love him. He's still
Mhm.
so hot.
Yes.
Yeah, the only podcast I really listened to was, like I said, the Love to See It recaps of Perfect Match, which are really good. They're just,
I should listen.
they're
I
so
haven't listened to them
funny
yet.
and they're
I
so
forgot that they
aggressive.
covered a perfect match. I totally forgot that they do that.
There is no one on this planet who hates Harry Jowsey more than those two women. It's incredible.
Oh my
They're
god.
like, how
Okay.
dare this
How
man?
yeah.
Everything he says, they're like,
How
absolutely
dare.
not.
Did you listen to his episode on Call Her Daddy?
The newest one, because he's been on Call Her Daddy like 6 times. They're like friends, him and Alex Cooper.
Yeah, and he has like a podcast on her network too.
Yes. And I didn't listen to his podcast because I won't give it a listen, but
Mm-hmm.
they reference it a lot in the finale recap. But yes, I listened to his episode with Alex Cooper. But I just like I hate it because he just talks about how much of a fuckboy he is.
Yeah,
And
that's
Alex is just
literally
like, Harry,
nonstop.
come on. And I'm like, him
Sex
to
the entire
stop.
episode. Yeah.
My God.
He's like, yeah, I'm ready to settle down. I'm like, no, you're not.
You're not. You're
You're not.
not. When he was like, I'm gonna be a dad to your child.
Yeah.
And Jess was like, my husband who needs to lead my life. I was like, first of all, what kind of like archaic traditional family values are we
Yeah.
looking at? Says the reality TV queen. Like, come on now. Anyway, I was saying though that so Perfect Match was filmed before her season of Love is Blind aired.
Oh.
So imagine how much different she would have been if she already had her like B-Pen success speech story.
Yeah.
It would have been a totally different show.
I agree.
So that's interesting. But anyway, all right. So other than that, we're just yeah, taken over by Love Island.
Yep. It's my life now. And then Big Brother starts in August, not July, which would, right? Is it August?
I looked it up the other day. Now I can't remember. I thought it was the middle of July. July 17th. It's probably going to suck again, but we're still going to watch it.
Yep.
So there we are.
Exactly.
All right. So shall we do our BuzzFeed?
It's actually a different website. It's
Oh,
called
it
Book
is. I'm
Riot.
sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Because a lot of the BuzzFeed ones, I did the ones that I saw that I liked. The other ones were kind of dumb. But this one seemed fun. So this one is called Pick Your Favorite 90 Movies and Get a Book Rec.
I love it.
Yeah.
Perfect for us.
All right. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, I am ready.
Okay. So when you think of the 90s, what movie instantly pops in your head? And our options are Jurassic Park, The Virgin Suicides, Scream, Sliding Doors, Welcome to the Dollhouse, The Blair Witch Project, Mallrats, and That Thing You Do. I don't
Well, you
even
know,
know
I'm
what
going to pick
two of those are.
Scream.
Scream. I'm doing Jurassic Park because that was scarred me for life and now I love it. But
Excellent.
really, when you think of 90s vibes, you see The Matrix, American Beauty, Colobos? You know how to pronounce that? 'Cause
Colobos? I don't know.
Colobos? Great. Groundhog Day, Mermaids, Still Crazy, Empire Records, or Cry Baby.
This is a tough one. I'm stuck between American Beauty and Empire Records.
Okay. I think I'm going to go Cry Baby.
I'm going to go Empire Records.
Okay. All right. Which 90s movie did you sometimes imagine yourself inhabiting? Oh, I already know which one you're going to choose. There's Hackers, Edward Scissorhands, Serial Mom, The Truman Show, The Joy Luck Club, The Craft, Clueless, or Mo Better Blues.
I'm going to go with The Craft.
Yeah, same. Which 90s film characters did you totally relate to? Reality Bites, Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter is Dead, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Never Been Kissed, Anywhere But Here, Shock 'em Dead, Dazed and Confused, or The Five Heartbeats.
Well, I really loved Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, but what did I relate to? I'm going to say I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I had a feeling. Mine is Dazed and Confused. I was obsessed with that movie.
It is a good movie.
Living Man, Livin. Matthew McConaughey in his heyday.
Oh my God.
All right. You could have totally rocked it if you live in this 90s movie. Thelma and Louise, Now and Then, Ring 2, Run Lola Run, Alma's Rainbow, Devil's Advocate, Office Space, or The Commitments.
I think the only one I've seen is Now and Then.
Oh, okay. I've seen a couple. I would go with Office Space because that's just the funniest thing when he like takes a printer outside and beats the shit out of it.
Oh, I have seen parts
Yeah.
of that. I have seen parts of that.
Yeah, but I haven't seen much. I haven't seen any other ones. So I'm going to go with Office Space. There's like some ones on here that I've never even heard of.
I know, me too.
All right. Which of these films would you totes watch again tonight just for funsies? My Girl. Isn't that movie like super depressing? Why would you put that on?
Yeah, it's super not funsies at all.
Good Will Hunting, Candyman, Pleasantville, Crooklyn, The Witches, Fight Club, or Bandits?
Oh, I used to
So I
love The
was
Witches.
obsessed. I was obsessed with Pleasantville, so I'm going Pleasantville, but I also really like Fight Club. But I'm going Pleasantville.
Pleasantville's so good.
So
That's
good.
a classic.
Mm-hmm. It is.
I'm gonna go The Witches for funsies.
For funsies. Which of these movies are you the most delighted to suddenly remember? That's funny. Pecker, When Innocence is Lost, Tessis? Sure. Romy and Michelle's high school reunion, Eve's Bayou, apparently, I can't read. Repossessed, But I'm a Cheerleader, and All Over Me. I have to go with Romy and Michelle's high school reunion because that was a classic.
I still, to this day, love Romeo and Michelle's.
How can you not? It was such a good one. Which of these 90s movies have characters you want to be besties with? The Babysitter's Club, Secrets and Lies, House on Haunted Hill, interesting, Back to the Future 3, Soul Food, Wayne's World, Clerks, or Not Bad for a Girl. I mean, I gotta go Babysitter's Club because I read all the books and I was obsessed with the movie when it came out.
I never saw that movie. I did read the books, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Clerks.
That was my second choice.
It's funny.
That's a classic too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you're almost there. Which of these 90s movies did you love the most? A League of Their Own. Does that say Losing Isaiah? The
Yeah.
checkbox is blocking it. Urban Legend, Being John Malkovich, Heavyweights, Airheads, Career Opportunity, and Pump Up the Volume.
Obviously, I'm gonna
Urban
go
Legend.
Urban Legend.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. One more and you get a book rec. Which of these 90s movies gives you life? Distance, Happiness, Popcorn, Fly Away Home, Ma Vie en Rose, Detroit Rock City, Singles, or SLC Punk. I don't know any of these movies.
I know
Except for maybe Fly Away Home.
SLC Punk because I fucking loved that movie when I was a little,
I
emo
never heard of
teenager.
that. Yeah. And also that Popcorn one looks... Have you ever seen that one?
No, but I kind of want to. It gives me
looks
like
up your alley.
Beetlejuice vibes.
Yeah. I guess if I had to choose, I'll just go with Fly Away Home because it has Anna Paquin on the front and she's holding like a duck. So that sounds good to me.
I've definitely seen that one.
I may have, but it's fine. I wanted to read this book, so this is fun.
What'd you get?
This Time Tomorrow by Emma Straub.
Okay.
What did you get?
Burn the Negative by John Winning. I haven't heard of it either. You want to read your little blurb?
This? Yeah. So this one says, I love a good time loop alternate reality story. So it seems, so do you. Or maybe what you really love are stories where folks live stagnant lives, are given second chances at getting themselves unstuck, with or without the help of time travel. In Straub's novel, you get both. On the eve of her 40th birthday, Eve is unable to get back into her apartment and instead falls asleep in a shed. When she wakes up, it's 1996 and she's just turned 16. Also, it's almost like 13 going on 30, but like backwards.
Yeah.
This throws Alice for a loop, and she suddenly begins to rethink the path she's taken in life. More importantly, though, she gains a new appreciation for the relationship she has with her dad, and as she continues to travel back and forth through time, this relationship only deepens. I might buy this tomorrow because this sounds really fucking good.
It sounds terrifying. Time travel is so scary.
I know. Like, I love The Time Traveler's Wife. I don't know if you've ever read that one.
Yeah, I've read that one and I love the movie, but that's because I would watch anything with Rachel McAdams.
Same. Oh, that's fun. What's yours?
This, I've never heard of it, but I want to read it. It says, into mysterious curses, slasher flicks, and B horror movies with a dark sense of humor. This might be the book for you. Where Winning's previous book, The Shadow Glass, was an homage to the 80s, Burn the Negative is all about the 90s. In this work of horror, a journalist is sent to cover the remake of a supposedly cursed 90s horror film. Unbeknownst to others, she was a child actor in that film, though afterwards she disappeared, changing her identity. Now, as folks start dying again, she can't help but wonder if the curse is still alive and well. Oh, I'm buying this.
You need to add that. Should we like buy our books tomorrow at Barnes and Nobles?
Yeah.
Because spot on. Literally spot on.
Wow, who thought that this quiz would actually pinpoint
Garner
us?
results that are what we want.
It's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so
Oh my gosh.
check out our TikTok over the next few days. We're going to post our adventure tomorrow. We're going to Riley Sager's book signing for his new book. So we're very excited about that. We're going to take a little pod field trip.
Maybe tell him that he should listen to our episode the last time I lied, because it was really good. And it's also one of our more downloaded episodes, so everyone likes it.
Yeah, so he should know that he's doing the most and doing it
He is doing
very well.
And he's the only male author we like, so.
I know. I see sometimes on TikTok, people are like, I know that some people have issues with Riley Sager writing women. And I'm like, those people have not read Alex Michaelides, clearly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or Grady Hendrix, because his writing of women is not good either.
I know. And, okay, Stephen Graham Jones has a new book coming out next month, and it's called something I would totally want to read. But then I saw that it was by him, and I was like, oh, damn. No, I'm not going to read it. It's like something about slasher movies. I'm like, oh, that's amazing. And then I'm like, oh, I'm not going to read it.
Maybe it'll be his redemption novel for you, though. You never know.
Maybe. I'll see. I probably will read it out of curiosity. And then if I hate it, I'll just be here to talk more shit. Anyway, anything else that we missed?
I don't think so.
As usual, our Bookish Banter episodes are unhinged. So
completely.
That's all we have for you this month. If you like what you heard, please make sure to follow, subscribe, and rate and review the podcast on whatever platform you're listening on. If you have any book recommendations or questions for us, you can email us at fullybookedcalfpod@gmail.com. Also go and follow us on our socials to see our upcoming reads. We're on Instagram and TikTok at fullybookedcalfpod. We also have a lot of book recommendations, summer books, Pride Month books, books by BIPOC authors. So make sure to check those out too. Thanks for checking us out. And remember,
if you need us, we're fully booked.
Bye.